Hello everybody, and thank you very much for your time today. And today I'm coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina. Yes. Alright guys, we are at the Columbia Place Mall, of course, in Columbia. And guys, we are going to enter through the Macy's entrance during this video. Now this is a revisit. I've been to this mall a few times through my years here in South Carolina, and we are definitely going to enjoy our walkthrough. The Macy's location is actually owned by Macy's, so this part of the mall I definitely want to call out, and it was part of an acquisition when this was a Riches location. So Riches, along with Parisian, was also at this mall, and they were very high-end retailers, and they were not able to hang on through the years as they were acquired and or closed. So anyway, this, I believe, might be the southernmost Macy's in the entire United States. I actually grew up with Macy's and also Bamberger's and Bloomingdale's in New Jersey. And I got to tell you, I feel bad for the folks that are here at Macy's. They are extremely friendly. Everybody was saying hi when I was walking through. They are trying their best to keep their jobs. But unfortunately, here's the rest of the mall. Now, that's what I feel bad for. The folks themselves, I wish that they have great success going forward, and I hope Macy's stays here, but I just don't see it happening. Now, it might happen because Richland County has taken over, I believe, 2 of the anchor spaces here in the mall, and they are redeveloping them for offices for the county. I believe the Sheriff's Department and possibly the Health and Human Services and possibly the voting office here for Richland County. But I don't know all of the details. If you guys happen to know, definitely know. Let me know in the comments. Now, as we see here to the left, we see one of the banners that is classic Moonbeam dining. And then we see fashion, classic Moonbeam. I am not going to specifically call them out, but I will say this. This mall is absolutely despicable. I should say, through my years here of doing YouTube, I was a fan of this mall when I first came here, and I thought the staff was maybe doing very well. Unfortunately, I'm sure the staff has been cut through the years, and maybe there's only 1 or 2 folks that are actually maintaining this property. The mall now smells of mold. The ceiling has a lot of areas where mold is now coming through, where rainwater is penetrating the ceiling itself and also the skylights. Guys, the food court's down to one food place, I believe, and it's off to the right side. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it on camera. This mall is very sad. I feel bad for the folks of Columbia that are on this side of Columbia, by the way. This is the northeast side of Columbia. It's just, they deserve better than this. And unfortunately, they're not getting better than this. They'd have to go over to Columbiana Mall to experience a decent mall, in my opinion, of course. Opinions vary, and of course, opinions are multiple. So as we walk around here, this was a Saturday afternoon, and it looks like the Chinese place was the only place that was open for food. So very sad. We're going to go ahead and continue to walk around here. I've got a decently long video here. We've got about 17 minutes of walking around. Excuse me. Trying to do the voiceover for this on Saturday evening, and I want to get this video out to you guys. There is some of the wood that was put up. I believe this was probably the Sears entrance, and they've done a few things in capping these locations through the years, or the entrances, I should say. There is the comic book guy, and I'm not sure if that's the comic book guy that I originally met a few years ago, but either way, there's not a lot going on in the mall. There's your streetwear, there's your team wear, there's your few barbershops, a few salons, and that's really about it. You got Annie Ann's. I'm actually very surprised that Annie Ann's is still hanging on. And actually, the Annie Ann's is actually a new font for the signage. And my apologies for all of the coughing here. Just trying to clear my throat while doing the voiceover for you. I'm going to go ahead and take a little sip of the Trader Joe's sparkling water. I really wish this mall was in a better condition. I wish this area of Columbia was in better status. I wish that I was bringing you information that would say, hey, you know what, something's really happening here at Columbia Place. The theater outside the stadium cinemas, they're boarded up. The doors got kicked in. People vandalized the place. The Tire Kingdom was vandalized. This is sad. It's very sad. And obviously we've got a lot of malls like this across the country for all the dead maulers out there. And I'll give some shout outs here, of course. Shout out to Keith from Dying Retail. He actually recently visited this mall and then came on down to Citadel Mall. So we did a little collab together. If you guys didn't see that, definitely check it out. And Keith will be posting that video soon. And the elevator's not even working here at Columbia Place. The elevator in the main lobby there in the quad, and then also the elevator that we're going to see in a few moments. This place is just shady. It's dark. And this was the first time that I've been in a mall where I literally felt like I need to leave because I'm going to get robbed. And this is coming from somebody that's from Jersey, that knows and has been to and has spent time in areas like Trenton and areas like Camden. And this mall really brought those feelings back to me. Very sad, also very angering too, that we're better than this. And the owners can do better. I don't think they want to. Maybe they don't have the resources, but we've seen their track record in other locations. And for the dead mall community, for the Dan Bells, the Sals, the Kristens, of course Keith, even Den Dying Retail, and Aces. I know there's a lot of drama going on in the dead mall community, and there has been for several years. I really don't care about that drama. I care about what winds up on film here. I care about what we document. I care about us walking around talking about the experiences that we had when we were younger. For those of us that were born in the 70s, 80s, and even the 90s, and even the 2000s, for instance, like Z, as a younger guy in the dead mall and dying retail community, and North Sea Dog, the Mall Fox, Dead Mallishin, those guys, and all of the others. It's sad what's going on. Now, I do think that retail is going to continue on in a lot of malls across the country, but not all of them, of course. I think that there is going to be a need for some folks to have a tactile experience, to see people, to see products, to touch, feel, pick up the box, open the box, see what's going on, and make a decision before making a purchase. And the last time I was in this mall was actually only a few weeks ago. It was I was at Easter weekend, and a security guard kicked me out because the mall was only open for one of the churches. And not only did he kick me out, but he kicked out a few other people that were walking around the mall, so it wasn't just me. He didn't know I was filming, by the way. I had the Osmo Pocket, which, by the way, we are filming with this, so that's one of the reasons why you hear a little scuffling there as it's kind of rubbing against my phone. I've got it off to my side so that nobody can see that I'm filming. And it really sucks that I have to be incognito and not show that I'm filming this place, and really want to respect this place and capture what's probably not going to be here in the coming years. The escalators aren't working. There's not a lot of lights that are working. You turn a corner and literally it's dark, it's dingy. But let's talk about a bright side for a moment. I don't know if you guys are going to be going to the Backrooms movie, but I will be seeing my first movie, I gotta say it's probably over 15 years since I've been to the movie theater. and I'm going to go see the Backrooms movie. Now, I do know that the director, I believe, is only 20 years old, so really cool that a young guy is really creating something that people are excited about. But I really feel that the Backrooms are part of the first wave of dead mall enthusiasts here on YouTube. The Dan Bells, the Sals, of course the Kristens. Oh, shout out Doomy. Doomy hasn't posted a mall in a while. I know he probably reached the end of his line. And I used to rib him a little bit in his comments, and kind of make fun. I don't think he really understood that I was just joking around. And, if I knew him personally, maybe we'd get along because, I grew up around a lot of people in New Jersey where we got along with each other by busting each other's stones, and I really didn't want Doomy to think that I was being mean. And I know there's some people that don't like Doomy, and you know what? I don't care. Like, go scratch. So, I like Sal. I like Doomy. I like Ace, and I like them because of their comment, or their not their comments, of their channels and their videos. I don't know about them as people. I don't really care, If they do bad things, certainly I care, if they do illegal things, but I think we need to move past that in this dead mall community. And I know I've been rambling on here for about 12 minutes, and I'm going to continue to ramble on. After going to this mall and, thinking about things and where we sit, as a country and really what's going on now, economy-wise, finance-wise, drama on social media-wise, we got to move past it. And we need to find those opportunities to connect. And, if we disagree with things, we have to stop. And myself even, have to stop for a moment and be like, you know what, somebody's got another opinion. It's okay. Let's talk about it. Maybe there's something I can learn. Here's the hair place that went out of business. Another place out of business. Local mom and pop. And that's what this mall is really filled with, minus Macy's. Local mom and pops, really trying to make a difference. People that got up and said, hey, you know what, I want to start a business. I want to start a barber shop. I want to start a clothing store. And some of them are hanging on here, and a lot of them aren't, unfortunately. Now, I hope with Richland County and the voting office and or whatever else is happening in these few anchor spots here, I hope that they're going to bring a new life to this mall and maybe the opportunity to say, hey, you know what, there's new traffic here, there's new folks coming in. Let me go ahead and open a business and take a shot here. Now we're walking down towards mall security, and no disrespect to mall security. The guy was doing his job when I was here on Easter weekend. But there was nobody here for security. I walked the mall actually almost like 1.5 times doing this video. And didn't spot security. Maybe he was outside. Maybe he was doing something. He or she. I'm not sure who was on. Guys, take a look. They literally had to put like one of the like booths that would showcase retail items in front of the door. It's horrible. We're going to go and take a look now where the elevator is near the mall security office. The elevator's wide open. This is literally out of Dawn of the Dead at the JCPenney in Monroeville Mall. It's not working. It's the lights on, the door's open. It's not working. Why? I mean, why even have it open? Why have the power going? Shut the damn thing off. How about that? Shut it off. Look how dark this mall is. This is horrible. When I walked through this mall, I said it before, I literally felt like I was going to be robbed in this mall. And it wasn't just the people. It was more of just the vibe, the lighting, the mold in this mall. It smells of mold. It's finally gotten to that point where mold is in the walls. And even the folks that were walking past, I have no problem looking at folks and, giving the nod or, hey, what's up, or yo. Being a guy from Jersey, and I'm a bigger guy, I can stand my ground if necessary, but this was not a great experience. And also I'm somebody I've been to malls in Memphis, malls that are bad, very bad malls, and this was walking through here was definitely I was disappointed, sad, angry, and scared a little bit, and whatever. If you want to make fun of me in the comments, go ahead. I'll go ahead and block you, go scratch again. Now, we're coming back to the quad area here. That beautiful elevator that is closed, the stairs that, you can walk up and down if needed. There was actually not only this group of folks off to the left, but there was also somebody else walking around that was on a phone and was saying, yeah, I don't even know what's going on with this mall. There's nobody here. I actually wanted to stop and talk to that guy. He walked up to somebody that he thought was one of the owners of the jewelry kiosks, and he was asking, hey man, how much does it cost to have a place here? And the guy was like, I don't have a place here. I'm just walking around. So there we go. Thank you for social distancing. That was 6 years ago, and the signs are still up. Let go. Take the signs down. It's time. It's past time. All right, guys, we're down to about our last minute. I really appreciate your time with you today. Thanks for walking through Columbia Place Mall with me. Again, I've been here several times. It's always been something that I've liked to film, as this has been the capital city of South Carolina, and one of the malls that really stood out through the years. And unfortunately, it stands out for bad reasons now. All right, guys, sorry to be so somber. Sorry to be kind of calm and so commentary based here and opinion based, but this was my video. I hope you liked it. If you didn't, that's fine. Go ahead, give me a like, give me a share. Let me know your experiences at Columbia Place through the years, and I will catch you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.